Welcome to Choice Classic Radio, where we bring to you the greatest old-time radio shows. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and thank you for donating at choiceclassicradio.com.
This is Ronald Coleman, inviting you to radio's most dramatic half-hour, Favorite Story. We always like to think that this is the program which stars the story. And this week we're bringing you a great love story, Mayerling, the chronicle of Rudolf of Habsburg, the Crown Prince of Austria-Hungary, of Marie Wetzera, the woman he loved, and of a hunting lodge called Mayerling in the green Vienna woods. For 500 years, this royal love affair has been one of the mysteries of Europe. 6 plays, books, and motion pictures have centered around this timeless love. It was the end of a century, the end of an era. Vienna waltzed to the music of Johann Strauss. The river Danube seemed bluer than ever. Birds sang, chandeliers glittered, and a new century waited to be born. Mayerling was chosen as the favorite story of one of your favorite actors, Mr. Gregory Peck. William Conrad and Lurene Tuttle play Rudolph and Marie in Gregory Peck's favorite story, Mayerling.
Round and round and round. I've never danced with anybody quite like you in all my life. And I don't even know your name.
Names are unimportant. Tell me, when you dance to this music, what do you think of?
From now on, you.
You speak so well, princely, as a crown prince should speak.
What do you think of?
All kinds of things. Wonderful, sunny things. Greenness, a forest, a pattern of sunshine and shadow. A breeze that whispers.
You're not only lovely, you're a poetess.
No, not really. Just dreaming out loud.
Oh, please, don't go away. Not until you've told me your name.
Oh, I'd better not. Everybody's watching us, Your Highness. There'll be a scandal.
Tell me, why haven't we ever danced together before this?
This is my first court ball.
Oh. Will you? Just one more.
Your father is frowning.
Oh, he wears that frown professionally. It's part of his official court uniform, like his fat medals.
The music is extremely intriguing. That man Strauss has secret connections with everybody's feet. Well, just one more, since it's somewhat of a royal order.
Ah, that's better. You won't disappear at midnight like Cinderella, will you?
No.
What do I call you? What do I call you during the long hours I walk the silent halls of Hofburg Palace, remembering a waltz?
My name is Marie.
Marie. Do you know, Marie, that for the last 10 minutes I've been ecstatically happy? For the first time in years and years. Come in.
Good evening, Rudy.
Oh, Dr. Wiederhofer, have you found
No.
Well, she must be somewhere in Vienna. Her name is Marie.
Marie Vatsera.
How did you find out her last name?
Rudy, I can't lie to you. We know this girl. We know where she is.
Well, where? Tell me. Have her brought here, I beg you.
Rudy, no. Listen to me. Now, before the entire thing becomes involved, this can lead only to unhappiness.
When I was a child, you helped me. When there was a toy I wanted, you brought it to me.
But you are no longer a child, Rudy. And this is no toy.
Because a man has the sad misfortune to be born a prince, must he be denied 5 minutes of happiness? Must he only associate with marble and gloom?
You are to be a king, an emperor.
Does that make me less of a man than a woodcutter or a shopkeeper? I don't want to be stamped out of a Habsburg mold or grow side whiskers on my soul.
Then listen to me. I have always been your friend. Today I spoke with the journalist, Tokar.
Tokar? Well, what news?
If it is your wish, you can ascend the throne of Hungary this week, tomorrow. The people want you, Rudy. They know that you are one of them.
Am I, Doctor? I am now when I sit here reading a book you've brought me, hating the things which monarchs have done to make their subjects less kingly. But when I'm in authority, will I be like them too? Will I, Doctor?
What do you want me to say? When there is a race to be run, we send in the man with the sturdiest heart and the best endurance. But there is always the chance he will fall and sprain his ankle.
Oh, I need, Lord in heaven, I need something to fill this great emptiness, this clawing loneliness. Doctor, bring this girl to me. I need a hand to hold, to keep me from being afraid of the dark.
Rudy,
Please.
I cannot refuse my Rudy anything. I shall send for your toy.
Yes?
It's Marie.
Mary. Oh, Mary. How beautiful you are, so pale, so fragile.
Rudy.
Half child, half angel. Oh, I hardly dare touch you for fear you'll dissolve.
Do you know how many months I watched you from such a distance? Riding by on your horse, walking up the palace steps. So tall and proud. I never dreamed the day would come when I could be with you like this.
Are you a gambler, Marie? My Marie with the starlight in her eyes. For the stakes are the highest ever. This is not a man with his arms around you, but an institution, a piece of public property. And so you'll be swimming in the world's largest fishbowl. Are you willing to chance such unhappiness?
Oh, yes.
Oh, there are so many who spy on me. My father's so suspicious, so afraid. I'm sick of it.
Don't talk about it.
Oh, Mary, you're the only breath of freshness and honesty I've ever known. The entire court is filled with people who bow and scrape for favors or privileges.
Then I'll ask a privilege too, my lord.
Yes?
The rare privilege of loving you. Nothing more.
Mary, Mary, Mary. I'm going to my father, and I'll tell him there's nothing in the world I want but you.
Rudy, you can't. I'm nobody. You're to be king.
Oh, there'll be a day when every man will walk like a king. And right now, this is something I do not wish to whisper in corners. I want to shout it to all Vienna that Rudolph of Habsburg is in love with the beautiful Marie Vatsera. Father, I'm in love with Marie Vatsera, and I want to marry her.
Your democratic ideas, my dear son, may pass for a hobby, but not as a life work. Any talk of your marrying a person of unworthy blood is, of course, out of the question.
What kind of a father are you? I love this woman very much. It's the only love I've ever had in my life. You froze me away from my mother. And all you thought of was discipline.
I thought of your welfare as I do now. Let us close the subject. I do not wish to discuss it.
I intend to do as I choose, whether you give me permission or not.
You will do nothing of the kind. You are king stuff. If the matter goes any further, I'll have the woman sent out of the country.
Then I'll go with her.
Rudolph, listen to me. Maybe this will change your mind. Did you know that Marie Vetzera is employed by me to watch you?
That's a lie.
No, I think not. Ask her yourself.
Even my Marie can be bought and sold by kings. Even my Marie.
Rudy, where have you been? I haven't seen you for days. I've missed you so very much.
Have you?
Rudy, what's wrong?
I must know from your own lips. Are you in my father's employ?
Rudy, dance with me.
Answer my question. Does he pay you to spy on me as he does the others?
Please dance with me. You begged me to once. Now I beg you.
Tell me.
I will if you'll dance with me. I give you my arm. Oh! Don't hold it as if you wanted to crush it. I love you, Rudy.
Do you?
Please listen to me. And listen with your heart.
I only want one answer, yes or no.
Yes. They wouldn't let me meet you otherwise. So at first I did come to you, to watch you. At first. Oh, Rudy, don't look at me that way. It's all over. I told them nothing.
Even you.
There was no harm. I had to meet you. I had to be near you. It was the only way. Oh, Rudy, don't hate me for telling you the truth.
Stop the music!
Rudy!
Stop the music, I say! Stop it! Listen to me, all of you. Quiet! This game of royal intrigue that you play is enough to turn a man's insides to gold. Well, I've had enough of it. You've made me dance like a royal puppet long enough. And now you've mocked me with this woman. Well, take her back.
We're ready for Act Two of Gregory Peck's favorite story, Mayerling, starring William Conrad as Rudolph of Habsburg and Lurine Tuttle as Marie Vetzera. The crown prince of all of Austria-Hungary sits alone in his cold marble room in Hofburg Palace. A face, a girl, a dream. And suddenly the dream vanishes into the night. Then up the dark stairs of the palace, a man comes with a secret message for Crown Prince Rudolph. He slips quietly through the halls. He has a message from the people of Hungary, this man named Tokar.
Tokar, quietly. In here. Did anyone see you?
I think not.
We must move quickly. I give you my full permission, my complete cooperation.
You will not back out?
I will not back out. I had faint heart before, not now.
Dr. Wiederhofer is our ally here within the palace. The arrangements have been completed. You will be in Budapest by noon tomorrow. There will be a dual monarchy by sunset. We will not have to wait for your father to die to get some justice for the people in at least half of Austria-Hungary.
You were a good friend. Help me, Tokar. Help me when I am king to forget my father and all the things that he stands for. Help me to remember that a king is a man like all others, ruling only by accident. Help me to have benevolence and no despotism. Help me to be honest. It is so easy for a king to lose touch, to forget.
I promise all these things.
Good. Well, the plan then, quickly.
Be at the north gate of Hofburg.
Yes.
When you hear the clock in the tower strike 2, slip out. Our men will be waiting for you. They will give you further instructions.
At 2. At 2, my friend. A new life begins.
Your Highness,
Yes,
will you follow me, sir?
yes. Well, we're going back into the palace. Are we to meet Wiederhofer inside?
These are my orders.
Are the plans intact? Does everything go well?
Everything goes extremely well, Your Highness. In here, please.
Just a moment.
Won't you step in, my boy?
Father.
How nice to see you so concerned with affairs of state that you stay up during the small hours of the night.
Excuse me, sir. I have business elsewhere.
Do you? I believe your business is of a very dangerous sort, and it seems to be part of my duty as your emperor, and incidentally your father, to protect you against stubbing your toe in the dark.
How smug you can be at 60, Father.
Not smug, Rudolph. Merely careful.
Maybe not careful enough. I need only go to that window and call out, and my men will be here.
Go, call, shout from every tower of Hofburg, and see how much good it does you.
I have no desire to wrench you from your throne.
No, merely split me in two, eh? My, how impatient young men are these days. I had the courtesy to wait until my father's funeral before I did any succeeding to the throne. By half measures or by whole.
The people of Hungary want me. They've been silent too long.
Who says so? Who says what the people want? I tell the people what they want. And if you knew that much about government, you'd know that people are lazy thinkers who want to be led like sheep and nothing else.
And I say your thinking's 3 centuries old. The world goes round, the sun rises every day, the whole cosmos moves ahead. But not this room, oh no. These marble walls stand still like living death. We're museum pieces, all of us. Walking these cold halls like fossils of strange, extinct creatures. We're the world's prize anachronisms. Pomp and circumstance in the century of the people.
You talk well. Smooth as oil. Get up on a box in Budapest, and the rabble will cheer for you. But if you think they'll die for you, you're wrong, my boy. Because they know that you'll become like every other king. Every new tenant of a palace has brave ideas of refurnishing the place. A new coat of paint here, a bit of upholstering there, a law perhaps to give a farmer a temporary smile, so that the monarch can feel like a bigger man when he looks in his dressing mirror. But the first compromise comes, then more and more, and you must keep playing this game of put and take, or you find yourself with no empire.
Then find yourself with no empire. Must we be gods, Father?
No. Merely gamblers who win the biggest stake, nothing more. Incidentally, that's where you made your biggest mistake. Only Hungary. Try for all of it. Next time, don't try for half an empire. It's an old political rule that it's the total stake or nothing. In politics, the gamble is never for half.
I grew up wanting a father like every other boy. And I found only an emperor.
I have too many children.
And wanting your love so much, I came to hate you.
That's another liability of our profession. I do the thinking for half of Europe, and everyone hates me. Even my own son spits in my beard.
This conference grows tiresome. I have work to do, an appointment in Budapest.
You move out of Hofburg Palace tonight. Though you are my blood and my heir, I will have you shot down as I did Tokar and Wiederhofer.
You didn't.
They were your friends. Because of that, I'm sorry.
You're lying to trick me. They're waiting for me now at the North Gate.
No.
You couldn't have.
Tokar! Dr. Wiederhofer! Tokar! You can shout for all eternity. They were traitors and are dead. They are very dead. Doctor! Doctor!
God keep me from ever being like you. God keep me! You shouldn't have followed me. What I must do, I'll do alone.
Rudy, say you forgive me.
I forgave you long ago. You didn't know what you were doing. They were at fault, not you. Now, go back to Vienna.
If I go back, I'll be the same as I was. I want to stay with you. Unless you go back too, let me stay here.
Marie, have you ever seen my mother? She was like you once, young, with an angel's face. She walks the halls of Hofburg now like a lost ghost. Tear mist in her eyes, and no dreams left. I wouldn't want that to happen to you.
Why have you come to Mayerling?
There's greenness here, and a breeze that occasionally seems to blow away the taint of the Austrian court. But not for long.
But you can be different. You can, Rudy.
If I go back, Mary, if I am the dutiful son and heir, they'll make me more like them every year, a puppet king, a cheat to what I believe. Even Mayerling's no escape. They'll be here soon with their promises and their treachery.
Be patient 1 year, or 5. And let me love you. And then you will be king. And you can shape your own pattern.
I thought that once. But it was a boy's fancy. I have learned a man's common sense. This king business is a disease of the Middle Ages. Belongs to the darkness. Mary, I had a dream once. Every man has a dream that lights the inside of his head. And my dream was to be a new kind of king. Of the people and not over the people. But the light's gone out, Mary. I know I would be no different from the other Habsburgs. And then I would be twice cursed.
I love you, Rudy.
I love you too, Mary. You're all I've ever loved.
Is there no way out? For two people so much in love.
Yes, Mary. There is one way.
Rudy.
Would you be afraid to die with me?
When I was very young, I told myself that if ever I found something worth living for, it would be worth dying for, too.
Oh, let me hold you very tightly. Mary, it's not you or I. We were born out of our time in this day of kings. And they want to make me one, too. It mustn't be, my darling, for I'll lose my love and my dreams. And I'll be like all the rest. My Marie with the starlight in her eyes. Let's keep this love. Keep it always the way it is now.
Oh, Rudy.
Look, Marie. It's dawn.
How lightly the sun touches the treetops.
Close your eyes, my darling. Think of the waltzes we've danced together. Think of the birds along the Prater. And the blue, blue sky. And smile, my darling. We're just children, you and I. But it's something to die unflinching, unafraid, happy. It's something to die when one is young, untarnished by the years. They can take everything else away, Mary. But not our love. Not that. Ever.
Not ever.
My love. My love.
You've been listening to Mayerling, the favorite story choice of Gregory Peck. I've walked through the Vienna woods. I've seen Mayerling, and the memory of these two who were in love fills the air. It's still there, in the green of the forest, in the blue of the sky, in the distant music of a waltz. We want to extend our congratulations to William Conrad and Lurene Tuttle, who played the two lovers, and to Earl Ross, who was the Emperor Franz Joseph. The Johann Strauss music was arranged and conducted by Claude Sweeten, and Lawrence and Lee wrote and directed. It's been a real pleasure for all of us to bring you Mayerling as this week's favorite story. Favorite story next week will show you exactly what might happen if William Shakespeare went to work in Hollywood for a big movie studio. It promises to be a delightful farce, especially when the Bard of Avon finds out that the movie makers are shooting Romeo and Juliet under the title The Capulet Family. We couldn't get Shakespeare to play himself, but one of Hollywood's best actors has promised to substitute, Mr. Vincent Price. It's the rollicking comedy called Mr. Shakespeare, and it's Spencer Tracy's favorite story. We hope you'll be listening.